All right, we got Mike's Cleveland Browns hosting Aaron Rodgers and a hot Pittsburgh Steelers team right now. Coming off for the second time this year, coming off a 14-point loss in that first matchup. Mike, what are your thoughts on the Browns this past week against the Bills? Tough loss. And then going forward, what chances do you give them against Aaron Rodgers and this Steelers team?
Yeah, I mean, looking back at that Bills game, James Cook killed us. Just between him and Josh Allen, they play separate but equal roles in that offense, and you saw it. And, they were able to dismantle this defense. I mean, the offensive line played fantastic for them. They even gave enough room for Ty Johnson to get a touchdown. I mean, they held Myles Garrett to half a sack. They went through the Bills' offense went through the motions in this game. I mean, the defense let the Browns stick around. I mean, we got killed, and every time they did an RPO, we got absolutely killed because it's, Josh Allen, Cook, and that's where they got their chunk yardage production. I mean, it's a byproduct of how good Josh Allen is. Quinshawn went down, broke his fibula and another ligament. I mean, there's a toughness and aggressiveness that you just can't get back in an offense on a broken team. And I think it's going to hurt us moving forward as a team. And I think very much what you saw from that last game against the Bills is that Shedeur Sanders is not the long-term quarterback for the future for the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, no.
I think I never came in.
Mike making the conclusory statement like that.
But it's not so much that. And maybe it's a Kevin Stefanski thing, but I still don't know if they're ready to move off of him. There's something where they're not opening up the full playbook for Shedeur to be able to win these games. The offense flows through Quinshawn Judkins. His ability to be able to create on the ground. I mean, he's the best offensive player that we've had this entire year. And now you got Dylan Sampson and Raheem Sanders back there. So, we've also seen, and it was very frustrating to see, we don't have a good offensive line. So I'm not putting it all on Shedeur. It's not a good team. But he's holding the ball too long. He's going through his progressions to try and fire it to a wide receiver. But that's also the thing. I don't think anyone's open for him downfield. We don't have any separators. So, at this point, I feel like I'm at the point where everyone was out at Bryce Young at this point. So, do we want to pull the plug yet? Let's just leave it at that. The Browns played a bona fide Super Bowl contender and played them pretty damn well. We played them pretty damn well, and then we just don't have it to win. It's the Browns.
So just before you say anything else, you're expecting the Browns to go with a quarterback in the first round next year?
I would expect us to, yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I just wanted – I love doing the Shedeur temperature check.
It's
with the Browns.
It rises and falls. But listen, for the Steelers –
also I was going to say real quick, what are your thoughts on the fact that you're without Quinshawn Judkins, arguably your best offensive player, in a game where – if you're looking to win it, and we're in good faith here, we're trying not to tank. All right, no team wants to tank.
We don't tank in the NFL.
We don't tank in the NFL. But if you were looking to win, this would be a perfect game to have Quinshawn Judkins because it is, I think, supposed to be a rainy, snowy, cold weather game. Some heavy winds in Cleveland, and so this would be a perfect game to be able to rely on your run game and not have to rely on Shedeur to make something happen against. What is, there have been some questions on that defense, but they've started to play better, and the names along that, all over that defense are legit. So it's going to be a big test for Shedeur. He didn't play in that first game. It was a Dylan Gabriel show at that point. So I do expect it to maybe be a little bit closer of a game, not maybe a 2-score win. But I think this game also has the lowest total of any all year in the NFL.
33.5 right now.
Whew.
And I bet that gets bet down to 32.5. But
All right, so yeah.
I mean,
didn't mean to disrupt, but please continue.
No, I mean, it's a Browns offense right now with no Quinshon Judkins. He's the only way that we had any kind of sort of balance to this run game at this point. I mean, then you throw in Nick Herbig, you throw in Alex Highsmith, and you throw in Cam Hayward. It's not going to be pretty. We put up 9 points the last time we played these guys. It was 23-9. They beat our offensive line with a 70% pass rush win rate. That was Dylan Gabriel, but 20 pass block grade when you had your other rookie quarterback in there. And unfortunately, you think that bodes well for Shadussy, but every time he improvises, it seems like he takes a sack, unfortunately. Now, the Steelers aren't going to have DK, obviously, for this game or, the rest of the season. No receiver, no tight end, no running back on this team makes explosive plays. Kenneth Gainwell had half the yards that DK Metcalf had for this entire year. So, I mean, you took away Aaron Rodgers, new Devontae Adams. I mean, even Freiermuth and Washington aren't even at half of what DK had. So you knew where this, where this offense ran through. I mean, it's been Arthur Smith play calling to a T for this entire, year, just absolutely shoving the ball down your throat, finding one good wide receiver and then peppering him. That is one place where I think, we have an advantage at, is being able to go up against this offensive line. And kind of what only works when you have 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers back there is when you have that alpha wide receiver with this limited offensive line, not a good running back, and the Arthur Smith play calling, is you rely on the big plays from the one guy and everything. But that's one thing. Do the Browns have enough? I mean, Shador series to series has not been, as explosive as he needs to be a legitimate quarterback in the NFL. Take out Quinshon Judkins. I mean, we play man coverage. Aaron Rodgers is just about in the middle in man coverage. He's like 50. I think he's 15th in the league. I think it's an ugly game. We haven't been consistent enough on offense to do anything to make this a high scoring game. But I like the Steelers at 3 because I just don't think we're going to have enough offense to be able to keep up with whatever they put out, whatever they're able to put up against this defense. If they score 15 points off field goals, I just don't know if we're going to be able to put together enough drives to make anything happen. And so I like the Steelers. I like the under because I just don't think the Browns are going to be able to put anything together for this. And I mean, when the Quinshon Judkins injury happened, it was just to get them out of my sight. Like it was like the season's over. Let's see what you got with Shador. I don't think he's the long-term answer. So,
But do you keep him as a backup with all of the narrative around him and, I mean,
he's perfect.
Everything surrounding Shador.
He's perfect trade bait. We still got Deshaun Watson's contract on the books, so you best believe who's going to be on the field next year if I had anything to say about it. So, yeah, I mean, I'm very disappointed in what I saw against what I thought was going to be an exploitable Bills defense. And we actually were doing okay on the ground. Dylan Sampson did all right coming in relief. Quinshon obviously getting hurt, but there's no consistency. But I also got to give the guy credit. We can't get any separation with our wide receivers. Jerry Jeudy cannot create separation. And then you go down the depth chart from there. It's just the guy is in a no-win situation. This whole team is in a no-win situation. Guess what they're going to do on Sunday? Not win.
Not win.
So, it's just give me Aaron Rodgers has been playing well. I do think Myles Garrett will get the sack record in this game. Then after that, who's even checked in for the game. So yeah, they're playing at home, but the Steelers are going to win it. Browns, I think, if we can put up 15 points, then, hell yeah.
Christian, what are your thoughts?
I think you're being
as much as I want to disagree.
You're being entirely too harsh. I feel the whole situation. First of all, you got to lose. Keep losing these games. You have 2 games left to lose. What are we talking about? Get the one.
I told you we're arguing in good faith here about whether assuming a team wants to win.
But
the guys aren't going out there to lose. The roster isn't going out there to lose. The coaching staff isn't.
And look, like, if you want to have a serious conversation, like, let's lose these games first, figure out where we're going to sit at 1, 2, or 3. The only other team that could really be ahead of us in this draft that needs a quarterback officially would be the Las Vegas Raiders. So if you take a look at right now, I think it's going to be Dante Moore, Fernando Mendoza. Take a look at them. If you like them, take them, of course. Obviously, if you think he's a franchise-altering quarterback, you got to take that guy one or 2 or 3 overall. So certainly, like, I'm not sitting here saying Shedeur is a franchise guy, but I do think you do have a semblance of a depth chart in place next year. Deshaun's obviously going to get his shot. Shedeur is, at the very least, an entertaining backup quarterback. And then Gabriel, mentally, he was drafted in the 3rd round for a reason. So mentally, he's got to be a backup quarterback, you would hope. Otherwise, why are you drafting a guy in the 3rd round, which is what everyone believes. But ultimately, I think you're in the perfect spot to do whatever you want. You can add a quarterback. You can add another blue chip talent defensively. You can add an elite receiver, boundary receiver. There's so many options you can take. And again, I just think this team is far too talented to sit here and say we cannot fix this in one offseason. I think definitely need to replace probably 4, maybe 5 linemen in one offseason. So that's always going to be a tough task, but it's very possible. And again, I think they can measure up with the Steelers pretty well. But yeah, Shedeur is just he's not ready yet, obviously. The offensive line certainly doesn't help. Stefanski certainly doesn't help. I think that Quinshon Judkins injury, you can blame Shedeur for throwing it behind him, but I blame Stefanski for making that one of 10 plays it feels like they ran all fucking year. I feel like they ran that play.
Don't blame Shedeur. Whatever you do, nobody can blame Shedeur.
It's Shedeur. No, Shedeur's not. He's certainly not playing. He's playing like a rookie. He's playing pretty.
I'm talking about for that specific play where he gave Quinshon a hospital.
He threw it behind him. It wasn't a hospital ball. It was a. It
put him in the hospital. Yeah.
That Matt Milano snuffed out because he watches film and it's going to be this play 10 times a game. So.
Well, Tommy Reese is calling the plays now. Let's not forget he took over play calling duties.
And Tommy Reese can be to blame too. Yeah, you could blame him too. But ultimately, I think it's a coaching issue right now. So what do you do with that? I think
you
figure that out.
Get your coach fired, get some new draft picks in there, and build on the young roster that there are definitely pieces to be excited about.
Well, and as I mentioned, I mean, the guy is, first off, the offensive line is playing terribly. They can't pass block. He's got half a second back there, and you have receivers who can't create any separation. Jerry Jeudy cannot create separation at this point. I mean, that is why we're seeing checkdowns. That's why we're seeing 5-yard outs and, trying to kill him by, trying to kill him with kindness, like being able to punt and then play the field position game with the defense. It's just because there's no one on this offense, and now Quinshon's out, that can create an explosive play for the guy. Harold Fannin, shout out Harold Fannin. He is our best offensive player out there. I mean, I don't know where Njoku is, but I mean, he got taken over by Harold Fannin. It would be amazing if we could incorporate both of those guys into the play calling. But, Yeah, no, I mean, there's just his lack, the limited lack of weapons is what's killing him. And yes, it was an overreaction. I don't think it's all on Shador. I'm still, Shadussy for now, but,
D Watt too. I mean,
and D Watt, like, it's just, we don't have a good offensive line. They can't protect a veteran quarterback. They couldn't protect Joe Flacco. Throw a rookie back there, it's just about the same. I mean, it's just not going to be the production for winning football unless you're playing the Raiders.
All right.